How within a minute to attend makeup courses. A concert of your favorite band. And at a doctor's appointment? The answer is simple: download TikTok. The social network has been in the top 3 most downloaded non-gaming apps, and ByteDance overtook Uber as the world's most valuable startup. How is TikTok taking over the world? Why it blocks ugly people? And how it scares Americans? TikTok's success is thanks to Chinese programmer Zhong Yiming. In 7 years, he managed to turn his achievements in the field of artificial intelligence into a company worth $78 billion, more than 10 products and access with 75 languages in 150 countries. And it all started with the takeover of competitors. Let's go back to 2016. The idea of creating an app with short videos was not new. The leader in the market at that time was musical.ly. On this platform, users uploaded 15-second lip syncs of soundtracks. Meanwhile, another potential competitor ceased operations. The Vine app owned by Twitter. That allowed them to launch Douyin, a copy of musical.ly for the Chinese market. The social network gained its first million users in record time.
In 2017, ByteDance bought out its main competitor, the musical.ly company, for $1 billion, and automatically received its 100 million user base.
Thanks to this, it entered the international market, received its current name, and took the place of a monopolist in the short video market.
On average, a TikTok user spends 46 minutes a day on the app, 60% of the audience is women, and men on the platform are 20% less. About half of people are between the ages of 18 and 24. The second largest age group, 13 to 17 years old, is 42%. Only 7% of the audience is made up of people aged 45 plus.
TikTok is a place for creativity without specific categories. Sometimes I shoot vlogs, mostly I dance. Some people make comedy videos, a lot of art. You can post whatever you want. Everything you like to do.
Scientific experiments. Tricks. Dances. Recipes. And travel videos. The time limit is 1 minute, but most videos last no longer than 15 seconds. The key feature is a convenient video editor. Built-in synchronization allows recording videos over finished tracks, reducing post-processing time. Image quality is not as important as on YouTube. The app was developed for mobile devices only. So, what is unique about TikTok? To figure it out, let's go back to the first ByteDance products.
The news portal Tutiao using artificial intelligence was released in 2012 and immediately assured users that they no longer need to search for news themselves. The system analyzes data and builds a personal news feed for each user.
By 2018, more than 700 million people had registered in Tutiao. TikTok uses a similar algorithm. In the app, you can't choose which videos you see in the feed. After launching the platform, you'll see the page of recommended videos. The program tracks viewing time for each video and creates content accordingly. Internal statistics show that 90% of views come from the recommendation feed, not from subscribers.
This system wants to know what you like and shows you exactly that kind of content.
The more positive feedback you give on certain videos, the more you will see such content.
Rewinding a funny kitten video makes seeing similar videos in the future unlikely. This system is called one of the biggest advantages of TikTok over competitors. No need to decide on subscriptions anymore. Don't want to choose what to watch? It will be done for you. The lack of choice forces users to spend much more time in the application, scrolling the feed to see interesting content. If you don't like the video, you won't see it again.
It will be interesting to see how TikTok careers will be monetized compared to YouTube. You can earn money from live broadcasts there. Users link their card to the app, buy stickers, and send them to influencers during live streams. And those, in turn, convert the stickers into cash.
This is not the only way to make money on TikTok. The main branding format is hashtag challenges. The brand pays influencers to distribute the concept. They in turn agitate their audience. They invite followers to participate and thus interact with branded content. The US National Football League became an official partner of TikTok and launched the We're Ready challenge to interest the audience before the start of the football season. Videos with this hashtag have been viewed more than 1 billion times. The You Own It challenge by MAC Cosmetics, featuring before and after videos, gathered nearly 3 billion views on the platform.
In short, hashtags on TikTok decide almost everything. These challenges attract the most people. Brands can spend a huge amount of time tracking current hashtag challenges.
Music labels also pay accounts to promote their tracks on TikTok. In advertising, the application lags behind main competitors Instagram and YouTube. There are many prospects. The low entry threshold allows newbies to quickly gain many followers. Content creation doesn't need costly cameras and lighting. Even low-quality videos are great if the content is valuable. Time works in its favor. In 46 minutes on TikTok, an average user can watch up to 100 videos, which is many times more than on YouTube. And a person doesn't feel lost in advertising.
Let me tell you why TikTok is important. Whether it remains successful or disappears, the skill set needed to communicate in this format will come in handy anywhere. This happened to everyone who hated Snapchat. Then Instagram stories appeared. People didn't know what to do. If they learned this from Snapchat, they would move. Everyone needs to know what TikTok is because in 11 years, all users between the ages of 11 and 20 will be your potential customers. And the format in which they want to sell your product will have much more new nuances.
Due to the average age of subscribers, the app is criticized for its limited target audience.
66% of TikTok's global audience is under 30. 41% of users are between the ages of 16 and 24. TikTok is ideal for promoting a brand aimed at youth, and is unlikely to be suitable for businesses aimed at a more mature audience.
Opinions on this topic vary widely.
TikTok is designed not only for businesses with a target audience of teenagers. Even newspapers like the Washington Post maintain their accounts. A good question is why a publication that usually discusses more serious topics invest in their brand awareness on TikTok. It's ideal for engaging younger audiences. It helps to learn how to please it. This is worth doing if you want to grow in terms of technology and not end up in the category of obsolete dinosaurs.
From an obscure app with strange dances to a world favorite. So, what does everyone love TikTok for?
When people see a video of you being yourself and just having fun, they love it. This gives them a kind of place to escape from the outside world.
TikTok has a positive vibe. It is cheerful, honest, less cynical, unlike, for example, Twitter. In TikTok, no one knew about me, so I could post whatever I wanted. And suddenly, it took off. I gained my first 1 million followers in 6 weeks.
At least 40 TikTok accounts have more than 10 million users. The most famous of them is led by this 16-year-old girl from the US.
For me, it all started with one video. It was a duet with one girl filming simple dances. You listen to a recording of her voice and repeat what she says. It was an 8-step dance. I posted it and went to a dance camp an hour and a half from home. My phone wouldn't stop. When I arrived, the video had 50,000 likes.
Charlie now has almost 61 million subscribers. She has to come up with new ways to retain the audience. Charlie is not the only one to whom TikTok has provided global fame.
My life consisted of constantly moving, promoting my music on Twitter without any reaction. Then I found a beat on YouTube and wrote a song. A self-made cowboy runs away from everything, and Old Town Road is his path to success.
The little-known Atlanta rapper's tracks circulated social networks without success. until it appeared on TikTok.
Old Town Road has become a meme. A song would play and people danced hip-hop. Then they jumped up and turned into cowboys. At first, I didn't even know the track went viral on TikTok. The first 1,000 videos appeared, then 5,000, 10,000. The number continued to grow. It was a real madness.
Almost all radio stations wanted the song, even though it wasn't for sale then. The track was literally cut from YouTube. The outcome is 17 weeks at the top of the Billboard chart. 2 Grammys and 9 awards in total. 757 million views of the relevant TikTok hashtag. And for 21-year-old Lil Nas X, the status of one of the most famous artists in the world. TikTok is used for mini lectures on doing business, learning languages and finding owners for animals. This girl found an even more atypical use.
So, the first thing you need to do is take a curler, curl your eyelashes, and then put it aside and look for information about what is happening in China on the phone. About concentration camps where innocent Muslims are placed, kidnapped, killed, raped. They force you to eat pork, drink alcohol, give up your religion. If they refuse, they will of course be dead.
17-year-old Feroza Aziz from New Jersey posted her video on TikTok in November 2019. Behind the makeup lesson is a story about the persecution of Uyghurs, Muslim minority from the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region of China.
As an Afghan American witnessing my people suffer from the Afghan government and the Taliban, it hurts to think China is doing the same to its people. As a Muslim, I always face pressure and racism, but seeing this ethnic group go through such horrors, I felt obliged to speak out. People should discuss these things, but all are silent.
After the publication, the girl's account was blocked. The company was accused of censorship. TikTok apologized and regained access to the page.
This is another Holocaust. This teenage girl called for global action against Uyghur persecution in China. But her account was blocked on TikTok, which is owned by China.
Reports of Chinese oppression of Uyghurs are emerging more frequently. Human Rights Watch reports up to 1 million of this minority and other Muslims are held in forced ideological centers. And this is the largest repression in China since the Cultural Revolution.
Uyghurs communicate in Turkish, their culture is different. They have a popular special style of music, their own unique rich history.
China assures that the camps are voluntary educational centers. International organizations, in turn, call their activities as ethnic cleansing.
You can only sit where you are told to sit. Sleep where you are told to sleep. A woman has 2 minutes for the toilet. They repeat faster, faster. If you lack time, they use a stun gun on you. And even after that, you have to apologize and say, "Thank you, teacher. Next time I'll do it on time."
China's censorship of unacceptable topics is not uncommon. Even apolitical social networks. A Washington Post investigation found that last year's actions against Hong Kong's extradition law were not reflected on TikTok. In the Chinese Douyin, Peppa Pig is absent. It was equated with videos with weapons and violence. About 30,000 videos with this cartoon disappeared. They say that Peppa leads a lifestyle inappropriate for Chinese society.
10 years ago, almost all major internet platforms were American. Now 6 out of 10 of them are Chinese. We are starting to notice this even on social networks. Protesters and activists use our services, like WhatsApp, for its strong security. At the time, TikTok, a Chinese app that is rapidly gaining global fame, hides all mention of these protests. Even in the US, is this the kind of internet we want?
Even the founder of the data-leaking social network calls TikTok as a threat to the US. TikTok is not only feared on Facebook. US senators even asked intelligence to study the work of the network. They claim TikTok is a security threat, sharing user data with Chinese spies. The company predictably denies all accusations. Protests are not deleted, but for excessive wrinkles on the face, you can be banned. In March 2020, The Intercept published excerpts from the company's internal documents. For a long time, TikTok had hidden rules for censoring videos. Videos of poor, dirty buildings and people deemed unattractive or overweight were excluded from recommendations. The company makes excuses. Most of the rules are no longer applied, and were introduced to protect people from bullying.